London were odds-on favourites to progress at Ruislip after the win over Fermanagh in the previous round, as they faced a Waterford side who were somewhat of an unknown quantity, having been hammered by Cork in the Munster Championship. London were on the score sheet first, with just seconds on the board. Owen O'Neill put over a point to put the Exiles ahead. Waterford replied with a goal on 3 minutes, which seemed to rock London. Wayne Hennessy intercepting. His effort came back off the upright, and Gary Herney, wearing 9, but playing at centre forward, pounced to score. Herney indeed was a real torment in the London defence all day, and Waterford ran away with the first half. Herney adding this point to his goal as the Dacia opened up an 8-point advantage. London's cause wasn't helped when Paul Geraghty was sent off for an off-the-ball incident just before half-time. And Waterford went to the break in the comfort zone. An excellent pick-up and fisted score by Wayne Hennessy, but the visitors 110 to 5 points ahead at the break. There was just a suggestion of a London fight back as they got 3 early points to Waterford's 1 in the second half. Owen O'Neill pointing to cut the gap to 6. But London's challenge all but ended when they were reduced to 13, when Kieran McCallion was shown a second yellow and then a red by referee Sil Doyle for a rash challenge on Waterford captain Tony Gray. Paul White converted 7 points for Waterford, and Wayne Hennessy had a fine game as well. This another fisted effort by the number 7, easing Waterford through to the 3rd qualifying round. London's championship adventure ends in Ruislip, with Waterford taking the honours on a scoreline Waterford 117, London 13 points.
It was very important that after the Cork match we got rid of that, and you know we had 2 challenges against Leitrim and Limerick that helped us, you know, so we didn't become a bad team because of that match. But I suppose, you know, that we worked very, very hard in the background, you know.
I said to the boys, lads, this has been a successful year for London football, and we've all made a commitment that in November next year we'll get together and we'll build from that, you know, and hopefully have a good run in the Connacht Championship, you know. Definitely a great platform to build from.
Antrim spent this last league campaign 2 divisions above Carlow, so it was no surprise that Liam Bradley's men were hot favourites to progress from this second round qualifier, and Conor Murray did open the day's proceedings. But Carlow responded by taking a 2-1 lead at Casement, thanks to the accuracy of midfielder Dara Foley. Keeper Willie McSorley was making his Antrim debut yesterday. Sean O'Neill is on European soccer duty with Crusaders, and the former Armagh stopper established himself as an able replacement. At the other end, Antrim's forwards were finding range. 5 unanswered points, including this one from Kevin Niblock, opening a 4-point gap. But 3 late frees from Daniel St Ledger left it 6 points to 5 at the interval. Carlow were further boosted from the restart. Paul Cashin and Kieran Nolan starting the attack that saw Brendan Murphy strike the woodwork, and after a goalmouth scramble, Pat Hickey poked the ball home for a 1-5 to 6-point lead. Liam Bradley reacted by introducing Paddy Cunningham, who grabbed a much-needed point for the home side, and when Conor Murray finished off a pacey move, the gap was back to just 1. The football on show was improving in quality and excitement now. Substitute Thomas Walsh hit back for Carlow with just their 2nd point from play, before Cunningham cancelled that out with more free-taking accuracy. This one was now on a knife edge, but it was Antrim who made the next breakthrough. Tony Scullion pumping the ball forward, and just as Carlow goalkeeper Trevor O'Reilly rose to claim it, Mark Dugan managed to knock it out of his hands and into the net. It was a vital score, but perhaps just as significant was a second yellow card immediately afterward for Carlow's Ed Finnegan, apparently for the use of the elbow in that goal's build-up. And Antrim took immediate advantage of their extra man. Substitute Cunningham's tremendous score from the left started a spree that ended with a sideline from Ger O'Boyle that made it 112 to 1-8. Carlow went in search of a goal, and McSorley again showed his class when denying Brendan Murphy, but just 3 minutes from time the Carlow midfielder got what he wanted, finding the top right corner of the net with a cracking shot. With just 2 between the sides, this was now a real nail-biter, and another St Ledger free did bring the gap to the bare minimum. But alas for Carlow, this was as close as Luke Dempsey's side could manage. Antrim holding on for a 1-point win. Final score, Antrim 113, Carlow 2 goals and 9.
we're just delighted to get over the line. It's only another championship one, so it is. I don't think there'll be too many people afraid of us in the next round of the draw.
But you must be feeling good.
Look, of course, it's our second championship one of the year, so it is. We're in the third round of the qualifiers, and it's strange territory for Antrim to be in the third round of the qualifiers, so it is. So we're just delighted.
When you're playing against an expansive game that Antrim play was always going to be tough, but I'm so proud of the performance of the Carlow players, and I hope the fact that they are so young, 6 of the team under 22, 3 or 4 of them under 23, that they are so young, and I hope that they have learned from 3 outstanding championship experiences this year.
All right, a couple of things there, Kevin. Antrim maybe wanting to kick on from their Ulster final.
A breach of discipline in the camp tainted Leitrim's preparation for this round 2 qualifier, but the Connacht Minnows, without the dropped trio of Wayne McKeown and Byrne brothers Conor and Tomas, gave a good showing against last year's All-Ireland finalists. Down boasted the best of the game's early chances, racing into a 3-1 lead after 13 minutes. And when Conor Laverty was foot-blocked by John McKeown 2 minutes later, referee Martin Sludden awarded a penalty. Marty Clark slotted home, and it looked like a rout was on the cards. But credit to Mickey Moran's men, they responded immediately with 3 points of their own and held Down scoreless for 10 minutes. Mark Poland opened his account to stop the rot, and when Poland then fed Benny Coulter shortly afterwards, the home side led by double scores 1-5 to 4 points. But Leitrim finished strongly with a free from Emlyn Mulligan and a fine effort from play by full forward James Glancy for a 2-point game at half-time, 1-5 to 6 points. Buoyed by a strong first half finish, Leitrim's dominance, though short-lived, continued. 90 seconds into the second half, Brian MacDonald set up Adrian Crowell for the game's second goal, and the visitors led by a point, 1-6 to 1-5. The next 15 minutes ultimately decided this game, however. If Down were criticised for welcoming Leitrim back into contention just as they had Clare in Ennis 2 weeks ago, their comeback last evening was admirable. 8 unanswered points settled the outcome at Port Gessler, and though James McCartan's men shot 15 wides yesterday, they gave Leitrim no chance for much of the second half. Benny Coulter led a masterclass response, taking his own personal tally to 7 points from play. Coulter was called ashore to a standing ovation 10 minutes from time, and from there the game petered out. Leitrim had a goal chance cleared off the line, and although they refused to give up, their efforts came all too late. Leitrim are still without a win in the qualifiers since the system was introduced, and Down, now with 3 championship matches under their belt, will be expected to improve as the results gradually clock up in their favour. Final score at Port Gessler and Newry, Down 1-16, Leitrim 1-8.
If that group of players can stay together, and we get 2-3 other lads, and next year, hopefully we can do well in Division 4 and get out of that. And because there's plenty of football in them.
We're starting to get a few senior players back on the field that have been carrying nickels and knocks, and yeah, we're hoping to get a bit of momentum and try and get a run again.
How far away is Danny Hughes from being back?
Good question. He's hoping to be back for next Saturday night, but we'll just have to try and assess that further in the week. So look, if not next Saturday, if we'll have to win next Saturday to see if he's going to be available after that. But look, hopefully next Saturday.